welcome back to Irish Ian Excels. It's been a little while since I made my last video, and up to now we have focused on how Excel behaves. I've taught little bits and pieces about copying formulas and different things. Now I think we're ready to actually start using Excel formulas and using them properly. So in this video, we're going to look at equal to sum and equal to if, two formulas that you will use constantly in a workplace. So let's start then with equal to sum. I've got a column here of numbers, as you'll see when I highlight them. That's what I'm calling the inventory, and then the names to the left just for a reference. Now, a very common mistake would be to come down here and type all these, or add all these manually, and put in the sum. Or the other common mistake is equal to B2 plus B3, and so on and so forth. You could have 100 items there that you want to sum. So the solution that Excel gives to this is to go equal to sum. And there's two ways you can do it. You can click on it like this, double click, and it'll bring in the bracket for you. Or if you want to, you can just shift and press 9, and it'll bring in the bracket for you as well. And what Excel wants to know is, what do you want to sum? And there's two ways of doing this as well. You can either click, and you can click and drag, and it'll bring all of what you want to sum in, which is B2 to B6. I'm just going to show you then. You close that bracket, and that would be one way to do the formula. The other way you can do an equal to sum, once you have decided what way you want to do the brackets, is you can also type it. So you can say B2, and this is a key part here. If you use these this colon to separate, you can then put B6 as well. And what it'll do is it'll recognize you want to include all of those. So it's B2 to B6. That's what you're effectively writing. And you can close that bracket, and it will give you the sum or the total of all of B2 to B6. So that's it. In a nutshell, that is what an equal to sum formula actually is. And if you remember from previous episodes, when you drag it over, this time it will actually stay now with the equal to sum, so it's not actually moving what you want, what you've added, which is very, very useful as well. So that is the equal to sum. Now, if you copy it and paste it, of course, it will change the reference, but once you do it in a formula like this, and you can move it around if you need to, which is very, very handy as well. So basically all it is, it's nothing too clever, nothing hidden really. It's just how to add up those numbers very easily and very quickly. And if I change one of those numbers, then it will reflect in the total as well. So that's basically what that will do for you. Now the other option you have as well, which I find very handy, can be the AutoSum feature, which is in the toolbar or the ribbon up here. So when you're in home on the toolbar, AutoSum will be shown on the right hand side, and you can do a sum. Now you can do average and you can do count as well. Count will basically just see how many rows there is, but the one I'm showing at the moment is the sum formula, and if you click it, it automatically brings it in for you as well, which is very, very handy if you're not used to using formulas. So just go back over that, you click it, it brings in, is this what you want to do basically, and you just enter and it'll confirm it and AutoSum for you there. So if your total ever looks wrong, just check your numbers, check they're not text. And what I mean by that is that it's not the number 6 like this, and it's, it's over to the left. That's a key sign that there's text in there. That was covered as well in one of my earlier videos. And just check the range that you've highlighted, what cells is actually referenced. So you'll see here B2, okay, go to B2, and it's to B6, and you can check that part as well. So just make sure always that that everything does work. Part 2 then of what I wanted to show in this one is the equal to if formula. And basically what equal to if is a simple pass fail. That's effectively what we're looking at. So if something is true, you tell it what to do, and if something is false, you tell it what to do. So what we'll do, we'll just put equal to if, and we'll say equal to if, and what will we do this time? We'll put, actually, this is very useful. If you put this little hyphen here, equal to if, and if I put water, then what you want to do is value if true, 1, value if false, 0. Okay, and there is a problem actually with that formula. So we need to look at that and see why is there a problem with that formula. And some of you may know what I've done there. So equal to if, and let's just show logical test. If any of these will equal to 1, and if false, 0. And you will see what it's basically going to do is it's going to put your equal to if down here, and equal to if b2 to b6 has something in it, then it will give a value of 1. If it doesn't have something in it, like so, it will give a value of 0. So what that can be useful for example, in this situation is there actually stock of these items? So you can put it over here to say equal to if there's something in B2 to B6, we want 1. And if not, you want 0. And let's say you run out of water. This is telling your shopkeeper in this instance, that's 0. We don't have any in stock. We need to order it. So that's kind of what the equal to if is. Now, what I was doing earlier when I wrote the equal to if the first time, just to show this as well, you always need to have a cell reference. So you need to tell it what you want it to look at, and that's why it failed earlier as well. So always just remember with an equal to if that you have to have a reference of what you want it to look at. And in this case, I'm looking at the inventory over here. So the key thing I suppose to understand is it's just true or false. You can make it more complex as well by adding other factors into it, which we will do at some point, and we'll look at that option. But for now, all I want you to understand is it's a pass fail or a yes versus no, and it will give you whatever value you want it to based off that. So that's how the equal to if works. It can be a very, very useful one when you're trying to, I suppose, assign or align data, because you can look at it and tell it if something is bigger than 4, count it, or if it's not bigger, and you can do a lot with the equal to if formula, which can be very, very useful. So we'll get into more complex, I suppose, versions of the equal to if than this example a bit further down the line. But for now, that's all I want to show today, and all I want you to understand about the equal to if and equal to sum. In the next video then, we're also going to start showing a couple more formulas. We will show the average, the count, the min and max formulas as well, and you'll see all of those follow the same pattern as this video, which is the equal to sum one, and that, as I said, will be shown in our next video, guys. So if you found this one useful, thanks very much for watching, and I shall see you in the next one.